Alright. So real shit.
Real shit as in real shit? Like
real shit as in chapter 17.
Oh,
Clara learning the art of seduction.
Learning the art of finger guns to point at her target.
She got finger guns. Clara fucking learns seduction from the succubus division so that she can not seduce Iruma, but just have him spend more time with them instead of Amelie.
It's clear she doesn't understand. It's also great and immediately better than most other things that have casts like this, because you immediately get a thing that is Clara and Sabnock hanging out.
Yeah.
Not... It doesn't always have to be Iruma, Asmodeus, and Clara.
Yeah. Sabnock is immediately like, fucking get in there
with
that seduction.
And he's like a proper demon. Girl. A proper demon in character. He cares about the rules.
Yes.
And how you should behave.
God, Sabnock is wonderful.
He's great. He's the true next Demon King. But her fucking...
He did join that club, you know. Demon King club, hey.
But Clara, chapter 17 is a great just arc for her of like thinking she's missing something, and then by the end of it you get to it and she's like, oh no, she was... They were already good as they were.
Yeah.
And she levels up. She does.
She goes from
past baby.
2%? No, she was already below baby. She started at 2%.
I mean, yeah, she's going past baby.
All the way up to 10%. Seduction
Super Saiyan baby, Super Saiyan.
It's wonderful. She's incredible. And related to that fucking Rhyme sensei. Rhyme, whatever. Oh. She's incredible. The most succubus design I've ever fucking seen.
Now that I think about it, her fucking... like her cleavage probably like shapes a V or a heart, yeah. Because every edge of her like collar has like a little heart design. Yep. Her eyelashes are like indented so that it has like a heart.
It's
like
crazy.
Every part of her design, and her fucking tail, of course, is a heart.
Yeah.
It's great. She's great. She's wonderful. And I guess the only other like moment for a character that isn't like the most tertiary moment is Kaim, the little owl boy, getting kicked out of the seduction class because he is not allowed to be there.
Yes, that is illegal.
You are not owed, you know. And then also Iruma-kun, not for kids, talking about the night techniques.
Yeah, that's advanced.
That's an advanced class.
Yeah,
we will talk to that, but later. That after dark class.
Yeah, that is fucked up.
We're bringing the kazoo. Watch how it go. Yeah. With the Battalia stuff starting, they show in the beginning of that chapter being like counting down from 333, and you just assume they started at 666.
Oh yeah.
They've been counting for a while.
Oh,
yeah. All the Battalia. It's a common thing in Japanese stuff to have like clubs fighting over members, and shit, but this being linked to the ranking up, like your club being you getting better.
There's and also like stakes to it.
Yeah, and introducing some characters that aren't part of the class because they're upperclassmen. Fucking the immediately past Clara, chapter 18, the real first chapter of this arc. Immediately, like panel 1 is like, here are the benefits of my rank acquisition.
They fucking start with that stuff.
Iruma gets new food.
Better food.
Which Iruma loves food.
He doesn't give a shit what he eats. He'll suck that shit down.
If there's a fucking sin, Iruma represents fucking gluttony.
Oh, what? The Ring of Gluttony?
The gluttony boy.
What?
He eat the magic. He eat the magic. He loves it. And then immediately getting passed over by girls that want to talk to and hang out with Asmodeus.
Because they think he's still a lef.
Yeah. Because they think he's garbage.
And then they find out he's actually a fucking Chad Beth.
Clara fucking didn't learn, sells herself out by telling them that he's a Beth. Yeah. And then immediately is like, wait, why are you talking? No. Yep. Don't take him from me.
Yep.
And they run away from the hordes of club people trying to find new members.
Yeah.
As Asmodeus protects his boy
fucking makes all the
pillow.
Fire shields and shit. It's so good.
Oh, God. Asmodeus immediately just being like, he's like below me in rank, but nah. Iruma would be like fucking Yod if Asmodeus was in charge. He'd already be Demon King.
Yep.
God. He should be working with his fucking mom, member of the 13 fucking heroes.
Mm-hmm.
13 crowns. Exactly. Fucking work that shit. Get in there.
14th crown. Let's go.
Let's go.
The 4th musketeer, my man. Asmodeus.
That's the boy. Yeah. The introduction of the ranks, which are maybe the most important part of this arc and the manga.
They're the backbone of the entire.
And that's like the point.
Yeah.
It is the backbone of the structure. Mm-hmm. It determines whether or not you get respect. 100%, regardless of your behavior or like status.
Yeah.
While also making you physically and magically stronger.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. Those. It's so cool how they do all that. And people wanting Iruma because he's ranked up already from like the first thing.
Yeah. They see his potential and all that stuff.
Yeah. And it's all about using everybody else around you.
There's the scene where he goes to the dodgeball division and they ask him to throw it and it's weaker than his demonstration in the actual
because
game.
He's been trained how to use the ring
and they're still like, you're good. We know you have potential. You're totally... Even though this wasn't as good as what we saw you could do before, we know that you're good.
Yeah.
You're welcome here.
Yeah. And cool. They could also... In their heads, you can see they're probably like, oh, he's not serious.
Yeah.
Because everyone has heard... Another common thing is like, the spread of information, very big.
Yes.
Yeah.
Iruma's sphere of influence grows every fucking day.
Yeah, you're already at the point where if you go in the underworld, there's like 6 points of separation from Iruma. Everyone is connected to Iruma in some way. Probably 2 points because it's Iruma, Sullivan, them.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good... Volume 1 and 2 were very much like introduction... serious like shonen goal of like improving yourself and gaining friends and all that, and then volume 3 and 4 like to 37 this new arc is like, oh, but there's like an undercurrent of like there's class disputes,
there's some bad shit
in
going
the
on.
Actual underworld outside of just the school. There is plot, people are plotting. I'm always plotting. I'm always
plotting. My boy Elroy Harwood.
Oh god.
My man.
Yeah. More like Elroy Ball.
Hey, that's the fucking connection.
Yep.
Sullivan is Kiryu. Fucking
it's fucked up.
Elroy is Kiryu.
It all makes sense.
God, that was incredible finding that out.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you told me that before.
No.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That makes the anime worth watching. Just for that casting.
The anime in general adds like so much nice little...
it's
you
the
suck.
Story.
You suck is
Clara
very good.
Valak telling you that you suck.
But yeah, the ranks are the real like structure of the series.
Yes.
You could very easily see like the arcs being about doing a thing, getting a rank up.
Mm-hmm. Which means it must be pretty short now that my boy Iruma, he's a little rank 3.
He's already fucking going.
He's already Gemmel.
Yeah, he's a pretty big boy.
He's finally on the level of Clara.
Yes, finally.
Finally.
Someone that rode on the back to success and was rewarded for her ingenuity. Yeah. The battalions are cool. Just in like their different... The amount of different shit from like normal to like... I assume whenever they say like Dodgeball Battalion, it's actually like the real punishment name.
Yeah.
And they're just auto-translating it to like... It's Dodgeball.
It's Dodgeball.
It's Dodgeball. Yeah. There's
Yeah.
probably a hide-and-seek one that's like fucking murder
Search
party.
and destroy.
Yeah, search and destroy. And it's just like, that's hide-and-seek, man.
Dude, that's tag, my man.
That's tag. That's tag. We're going to shoot magic at each other until you get hit and then you're out. That's laser tag, bro.
What are you talking
What are you
about?
doing? What do you do? You point finger guns at people and a little laser comes out and hits their armor.
Claire is the best at that shit.
Claire developing laser gun fucking tech with fucking Murphy and what's her other fucking Stanley.
Oh fuck! Yeah, I think so. Her shoes.
Yeah, her dragons, her lizards.
It's so good.
Yeah, and man, there's some fucked up shit in his Beyond the Night lessons.
Yeah.
Fucking.
And talk about
best
Kiryu.
new character.
Kiryu.
Because I guess he kind of has to be, but he also earns it.
He does.
Because that's a fucking introduction of spoilers. A villain,
an actual in this villain. Adorable slice of life manga.
He's a good villain. Because he's a demon.
He has the fucking darkest backstory. That's like some Jujutsu Kaisen.
That's some Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, when you get into the mental like corruption of somebody, it's also really well. It's not even a full chapter.
No,
like it's
like 5 pages. Yeah,
of like, so Kiryu is they seamlessly transition constantly from like, here's the topic. It's ranks. How do you get from ranks to battalia? Joining a battalia gives you. Iruma's looking for a goal because he understood that working hard towards a goal rather than working hard just to survive feels great.
It gives him meaning.
And already you can tell just from the way he's drawn, like his expressions, he is so much more happy to be everywhere. Yeah. Not just with Clara and Azu, but just to be there. He already doesn't even think of it as like demons.
Yeah.
As evidenced by his reaction to Kiryu. Is like, oh shit.
I'm a human. You're a demon.
And
that's different.
It's great. So Batalia's like being headhunted by everybody for the ranks. Everything's super well written and it flows perfectly. And then you fucking meet Kiryu by Iruma getting thrown at him with his ring of gluttony. Wants that Kiryu.
He's being attracted to his fucking choker.
His choker. That's interesting. It's interesting. Because they're made from the same material, and he ends up fucking choke slamming an upperclassman, a third year, which is bullshit. Compared to the 4
to 6 years that that's been established.
They throw off in one. They'd say they're off for training, which I assume they're not in the school because there's no towers for them.
Yeah,
they're just maybe it's like an out of school training thing.
I'm thinking it might be military related or something.
Or like you go to the security place and you spend years training there, and then you graduate and join the proper workforce. There's a lot of shit going on. And so Iruma immediately sympathizes with Kiryu.
Because he doesn't have magic.
Because they're basically the same character without
they're both
knowing.
Avoidant. They can't use magic.
Yeah.
They're agreeable. All that stuff.
Kiryu is like the weakest demon.
Yep.
Like he has no magical power. And his ability is really cool. Mm-hmm. Because instead of avoiding, because he's weak and doesn't move as much as Iruma, he just blocks.
Yeah, he's the practitioner.
He has a barrier, which is a clear, like, glass thing that appears that just protects him. But it does not protect him from taking the fucking blowback of whatever hits.
No.
He just fucking coughs up blood.
It. He vomits a lot of blood.
He goes through it.
He goes through it.
Yeah, baby.
But he is a motherfucker.
Oh, a true motherfucker. I can't hate him.
No.
Because he just fucked up. It's not his fault.
Yeah. He's damaged. He is Jared Leto's Joker.
You're not broken, Kiryu. He was wrong. Ball was wrong. So you meet him. Iruma sympathizes with him. They get along well. They perfectly complement each other. And Iruma is having doubts about not getting too big of a head with the magic. That Sullivan teaches him that the ring has settings of like a lesser demon, a bigger demon, and then like
Sullivan
real shit.
Yeah,
that is like all of the magic in the ring. I think there's 3 levels, and then all of the magic at once, which is just to teach him because that's the reason he didn't. You can assume maybe the anime would fill in because the anime does like transitionary scenes. Where they like fill in like, oh, then they went to do this.
Yeah.
You could imagine he asked Sullivan after realizing he didn't learn how to throw. It's like, how can I throw with magic but not
kill everyone.
Murder.
Yeah. Not do a fucking hollow purple.
Yeah. Not fucking end life. Not turn my magic the purple. The Murasaki gotta not. Gotta not.
It cool, but maybe not.
Maybe not all. It's cool because it's not all the time. Iruma understands that. You gotta pop off sometimes. And so they introduce that, and that's why he goes to the dodgeball battalion to make sure he understands how to control his magic a little better. And then because he recognizes that his magic is not his own, and without the ring he would be basically the same as Kiryu. Yeah. He would have ranked up the first time at least. But apart from that, which is great because they're the same rank. Yeah. Kiryu is a third year that is only fucking Beth. Yeah. So he's on the same level as Iruma. Despite being there for a long time. He grew up in the underworld. He had a great upbringing.
He had a really happy, really great good family life.
It's awesome. Yeah. It's really great. Yeah. Fucking Kiryu. Yeah, so they joined the Magical Tools. Mm-hmm. Is it Magical Tools or Magical Tools Research?
I think it's Research.
Yeah, I think all of them end in, like, Research division. So he goes from... And unlike most anime where, like, your thing is disbanded because you don't have enough people, you at least get to keep it. Because the school, I assume, is just fucking huge. Yeah.
So that club goes from 1 member to 4 members.
Including the new up-and-comer in Iruma and Asmodeus. Yeah. And then you get a bundle Clara. Yep. She comes with. Yep. And her slippers.
That's fucking 2 extra members right there.
Wait, those are probably
I'm sorry, that was prejudice in me. Yeah.
Those are either family members or magical tools. We'll never know.
I don't fucking know.
So Kiryu's pretty hype about that. He's
very happy.
And it immediately transitions from like, okay, they've joined the battalion. Now here's the goal. The first year, like the first event of the year after the summoning and the dodgeball is another rank up opportunity. Fucking festival. Mm-hmm. Like a Parents' Day festival.
With a fucking sleepover aspect
sleepover chapter.
It's adorable.
Where everybody is like, you're bonding with upperclassmen and making connections and making more friends.
And you get to show off to your family for your first years.
Your parents get to show up and see how you're adjusting and what kind of cool shit you guys are working on. Yeah. What to expect. And it's great. It's an adorable premise that is quickly corrupted. In a harsh way.
In a bad, upsetting, sad way.
Because the magical tools is just anything that basically... It's like batteries. It's like electricity. Like, it's just a tool that lets you kind of get around casting something or using magic yourself. Yeah. Because Kiryu, specifically not having much magic, wants to make tools and research things that will allow the ranks to even out. Yeah. So that people are not treated like shit for being born weak. Yep. And that's where Iruma is like, I agree. You couldn't have said it better myself. Yep. It's great. It's a great way to introduce that. And then when you go back learning Kiryu stuff, you're like, oh yeah, no, that still makes sense.
I see that.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, he's just, he's the same character. They just don't know what's going on.
He's got the spirit.
Yeah.
But, fuck, man.
See, spirit. Fireworks.
Oh, the fireworks.
Bringing Amelie in
the best possible way. Yeah. Iruma suggests that the way they present themselves at the festival is they put on a firework display. Yeah. And, of course, fucking no one knows what that is.
And they all are explaining, like, oh, it's perfect. It's another perfect transition of, like, we all want to do something. Claire's like, boom. I want a cool big thing. Yeah. They want something that attracts attention.
Something showy.
Yeah, something that people don't know about, kind of. Something that'll attract attention. Something that is related to magical tools. Mm-hmm. And it works because they have no fucking space to put on.
They have a very small little lot. Yeah. As opposed to everyone else.
It is like an alleyway.
It's an alleyway, yeah. So it's the fucking empty lot in Yakuza 0.
Yes, it's the empty lot. It is the small chunk of real estate that throws everything off balance.
Yeah. So fucking Chad Iruma goes to Best Girl and grabs a manga that has a firework display in to demonstrate to everyone what a firework is.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, you were just gonna reread the chapter to me, right?
Yeah, she sits down, crosses her legs.
It's like,
ready
now
to
begin.
Go. And Iruma's like, oh,
So I was trying to get that from you.
she's just
like,
in shambles.
Can't. That's a illegal book. No one can know that we have this. And then she's adorable because he's like, I'm gonna make them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do. I guess I'll have to make them without an example. She's like, wait, hold on.
Hey, I get to see this shit?
I didn't say no quite yet. And then, best example of both of their characters is she doesn't really want to break the rules, so she pulls the old fucking, I'm really tired because of all the work we've been doing recently, so I'm just going to lay this here. And if it goes missing, whatever, it'll show up by the next time I come here, next weekday after this event. And he's just like, oh, thank you for letting me have the book. And she's like, I didn't say that at all.
Nope. Don't put that on me.
It's great. Fucking bows and everything. He's like, I owe you my life. Thank you. And he returns and shows them the fireworks, and they do it really quick. Because once you get the idea, you put a bomb in the sky.
Hell yeah.
And it's pretty.
It's a volleyball.
And they all get to fucking... You can imagine, like, the idea is from Iruma, mixing all their stuff together. And perfectly, like, thinking of, like... It gets rid of all their problems and is something that relates to him being human.
Yeah.
They all get to participate. Asmodeus is the fire. You can assume Iruma and Kirio are like the construction.
Yeah.
And Claire is probably giving the fucking materials.
Yeah.
And the fucking art design, which is baller.
She decorates.
She understands flowers.
Asmodeus could not stop her.
And Kirio was like, I support that.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of volume 3, it is revealed. Well, I guess the 13 diner, the 13's dinner.
Yeah.
The 13 like most prestigious demons under the Demon King.
Meet
to hash out shit.
Talk about the next Demon King.
Yeah.
You know, normal demon shit.
Yeah. Talk about their fucking. It's the first time they've referenced like the Demon King isn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because with the first volume you see like a silhouette of him, so you assume he exists, but that just must be the prior one.
You just see a thing that's like, here's what the Demon King is, and you see the cool large guy with the fur. Yeah. And then you see the 13's dinner, and not even all of them are there, implying that there's
quite
like
a few of them are missing.
Fraction, like a shattering of like.
Yeah.
They're not all on the same page. Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
It's got more lore.
It does.
But actually, by this point, it already does. And you get to see, like, some of the... They all kind of represent an idea or a sin or an area.
Yeah.
The most obvious one you could notice by relation is fucking Amelie.
Yeah, her dad.
Her dad.
Is the security.
Order, security. Wears glasses, very formal.
Looks good.
Answers his phone for work.
Yeah, he do.
Got them glasses. And then you see the shittiest asshole of them all, the young, probably you can assume the youngest member, Ball.
Yeah.
Mr.
Lightning Bolt.
Yes.
The Lightning King, I think is his title.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As he is causing ruckus over all the other older members arguing constantly about selecting a new Demon King.
Yeah.
And they all want it to be one of the top 3 members of the 13, which are Iruma's Grampy, he's Ji-san, Sullivan, Levy, and Belira.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. They're all great. Their introduction,
because they're on the floor above.
Yeah, they're on.
The 13's dinner is 665.
Yeah, they're on 666.
Which you can assume is probably like the throne room that they are dealing in. And they're all gathered around, serious talking.
Very important discussion.
You get some development of why Sullivan has done what he did to start Iruma-kun.
Yes.
Is that they always brag about their grandkids.
So they have fucking pictures spread out, yelling at each other.
Mm-hmm. And Sullivan is always the judge of who's got best grandkid. He's like, hold on.
He saunters up.
Things have changed.
He fucking slams down dozens of
Probably
pictures.
has more pictures already.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just like...
The situation has changed.
How the fuck that work?
You don't have children, Sullivan. Where did this come from?
I know a trick. I got methods.
I know a guy.
Don't question me.
Don't worry.
And then throughout that conversation, you find out that everyone, including them, thinks Sullivan is the best fit for Demon Lord. But he's like, nah.
Nah, I've
got things I care about now. Yeah. It's kind of fucked up because I wanted the kid because I just wanted it.
Yeah.
But now he's like, I've seen him grow, and I can't miss more of his growth.
Miss anything. I gotta keep being
so
the principal.
He immediately gets arrested so that he can't watch the next arc happen.
He's arrested under suspicion of traveling to the human world and trafficking.
He is ratted out by Ball.
Yep.
Which is immediate, like, he's got some shit.
Something's going on with Ball.
He is the youngest. He is fucking trying to fracture shit. And he's ratting out Sullivan.
Yeah.
False charges, clearly. Even Opera understands it can't possibly be true.
Sullivan would never ferry humans to the underworld. That is
He would never ferry humans. That's all we can say about this matter. Yeah. There's a great... It's a great blend of, like, everything is, like, funny, but also building. Like, Opera reacting by being like, how long's your sentence? Is like, yeah, no, everyone knows.
This
but
is
they just don't talk
really.
about it.
Yeah.
And Opera just fucking watching over Iruma play games is adorable.
Fucking is so good.
Is this...
Letting Opera win in the fucking 4 coma is adorable.
Or Opera letting Iruma win.
It's both ways.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's great. Or Iruma just doesn't care about winning. Yeah. Because he's like, I'm just glad to be able to play with somebody else.
You're winning.
And then Opera immediately lowers power level. It's like, that's not fair. I can't beat my boy. Like the fucking connections they share. And Iruma being nervous that Sullivan isn't going to make it to the fucking Parents' Day event.
Yeah. That
gets the tears going. You're like, oh,
sad.
Oh shit. He does care. He cares about his family.
He does.
And they care about him.
Great family.
Yeah. There is no moment of like, oh, this is some human kid for Opera or Sullivan. Being the only people that know. They're like, nah, this is our family.
Yeah.
And it's fucking great. Everything you could talk about forever and how good it is.
So that Sullivan being arrested immediately links into
kickstarts the serious, the real shit of
Kirio being a motherfucker.
Yeah, and the real purpose of the Magical Tools Division being the previous fucking, like...
Ball was the previous leader, essentially.
Who recruited him, despite being super young, into their fucking thing of
their cult.
Yeah, of what they believe about demons.
Yeah.
And a big piece of world building of why the demons in Iruma are so carefree and fun is you can assume, like, the 13 Crown, all the pieces are in place that you can just assume, like, there was a previous leadership here that was what you think of as demons.
Yeah.
That were just cruel,
bloodthirsty
assholes
motherfuckers
who would just murder for nothing. And then the new Demon King came in with because the first thing is they're described as the 13 heroes.
Yeah.
So you can assume like there was an upheaval that took place. Ordering in
a revolution.
A revolution that made the underworld a better place for everybody. That also still sated their desires for all of the sins, like all the fun. But it's just a more fun interpretation of it. And Ball is the leader of a group that wants to return to how demons are supposed to be.
Yeah.
They're stronger-blooded ancestors who don't think this is fun. They think it's fucking boring.
Yeah.
And they want to go back to that cruelty and despair because that's what they believe they're supposed to naturally be. And that the way they are currently is not.
They want a meritocracy, essentially,
and
instead of their rigid kind of
And you can feel that probably, like, Sullivan doesn't even care about his rank.
Yeah.
Like, he's not a Yod. He's not 10. Despite the fact that everyone wants him to be Demon King. And they're all held back by the fact that he's not a Yod. Because otherwise they would have already made him Demon King.
Yeah, he would by default be the Demon King.
So you can already tell he isn't, like... He is, like, the complete opposite of Ball in the 13 Crowns. Of, like, doesn't care about the rank. Is just trying to do what's best for the people within what he believes is best. And you get that clash immediately of, like... They probably consider abolishing the ranking system in general if it wasn't so inherently linked to how they work, like, biologically, with their getting stronger. And it just perfectly puts a bow tie on everything. It goes like, open it up, here's the first arc.
Yeah.
Real shit.
Kiryu fucking swooshed his hair back.
Goes fucking full Aizen mode, takes off the glasses, becomes hotter, more confident.
Looks like Reen.
Scarier. As he goes to work, trying to kill everyone at the school and destroy the school. By also using the fireworks that they've made and modifying it with a device that he's already shown. His fucking pride and joy of the magical tools division.
So he uses his little choker to, like, I assume it stores magic power.
I assume...
And when he breaks it, it just unleashes it on you.
I assume it's a combination of, like, he's always had weaker than normal magical power, or weaker than his family, who are known for having extraordinary power. Yeah. You could assume he's got, like, average power.
Yeah.
But he's been wearing the device that the ring was attracted to of Iruma's. Probably is, like... You could imagine he's, like, 75% of his magic power every day is just going to that siphon. Yeah. And then he breaks it and locks the entire school in a fucking barrier of his creation.
Invisible maze.
Which they've set up his barrier ability.
Yeah.
Just before this, pretty much.
And then he basically corrals people into the courtyard.
Yeah. And it's represented really cool. It's basically like he's creating a labyrinth that is like in a glass maze.
Yeah, he's sliding.
He immediately becomes way more competent. You're like, oh, he has power.
Yep.
He puts on a glove, and you're like...
He puts on a fucking glove.
Yeah.
It's like a biker glove that has the window in it on the wrist. Oh, my God.
And Iruma, he has his secret room, which is the true, like, magical tools research. Where Ball and everybody was hanging out doing shit they weren't supposed to.
Where all the failed projects are.
And Iruma meets him there because he's looking for him as he's gone. Yeah. And he's led there by the ring. So he Kiryu kind of pulls back the curtain a little bit, literally, of, like, having secrets and being kind of weird. Yeah. And Iruma makes a promise with him of, like, oh, we'll win the special prize and you'll get ranked up. Yeah. And we'll show them that the ranks don't matter. Yeah. And Kiryu in his head is probably like, that's great. I also believe similar things about the ranks. And if we're the only ones alive, I guess we win the special prize by default.
And whatever the fuck rank we want.
Yeah.
Who's gonna stop us?
Yeah.
We'll 3D print our own Yod badges.
So his barrier basically is like, you're fucked. Yeah. He has already put a timer on everybody's lives because the firework is already charged with enough magic that it will go off.
It's directly tied to a bell ringing that signifies the beginning of the festival.
Yeah. So everybody's in the courtyard cheering, and then they'll all blow up. And the explosion will be contained in the barrier. Yep. Destroying the school and killing everybody but whoever is in his secret room. Yep. Which is the only other place that has a barrier that'll protect itself. And his real goal and happiness is the despair of others. Mm-hmm.
So his backstory is a little fucked up.
It's really fucked up, and it's really well paced and, like, drawn. Because you could tell he was normal, but, like, treated like shit, and then found out that he was not normal.
So he's a demon born into, like, one of the strongest families. With
in terms of magic.
Yeah.
You can assume...
small capacity for magic.
Yeah.
So he was sent to the garden, which is
like a training...
an abusive fucking school.
Yeah.
Like a rigorous...
Really hardcore, like... You don't see much of the teaching.
Like a military school.
Yeah, it's like fucking sending your kid off because they're not fucking strong enough.
And there he meets...
just not caring about them at all.
There he meets a girl. Was she named?
No.
This younger girl who is also kind of fucking a loser.
She's about the same, but she's like really cheery and she doesn't care about the ranks.
Yeah, she doesn't perform well in the school. Her magic potential's low. But they become good friends. Yeah. And one day he's despairing and she... recommends him touching her good luck charm that her grandma gave to her. Yeah. And some bullies come up and grab her charm and...
like a later day, she's getting bullied separately. and they fucking chuck her charm.
They throw it off a cliff.
Yeah, because the school is just on a fucking cliff. Because demons can all fly.
And at the last second, he puts up one of his little barriers and saves it.
Yeah, which he's talked with her about, like, his powers. Like, he's got a barrier, and he just, if he loses concentration...
It shatters.
It shatters. But it's a strong barrier when it works. And she, like, reassures him and is like, oh, you'll get there.
Yeah.
And then this is his moment his shonen moment to show that he has grown.
Yeah.
And they throw the charm into the abyss, and he's like, I got this. And he puts his barrier under it, and it lands on it. And they have They each have one panel where they're like, I did it! And then Kirio's immediately like, I celebrated and I lost my focus.
And then it's gone.
And then the barrier shatters.
The saddest panel in the entire manga so far.
You just get him looking at her black outline like it's fucking Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
Full panel of just
crying.
Like beyond cry, like crying with no emotion.
Yeah.
She's just
broken.
Dead.
So she fucking leaves. She leaves the school. And he has to stay because his family force him to.
Yeah. But then they later show, like, that was the happiest moment of his life when he destroyed that girl's heart and looked into her soul and was like, I did that.
Wait, he's got the fucking bloody nose and everything.
Oh, he is erect. It is a fucking Kira moment looking at the hand.
Like, something is clicked.
Yeah.
And then he finds Ball and the rest of the club and joins them, and it is revealed...
He is, like, in... fucking still like the same age, maybe a year or two.
Yeah, probably.
He sneaks in with his older brother and his family visiting the school to see demons.
Yeah. And
how they're supposed to be. And he joins, or he finds the magical tool division.
Yeah.
And they are all fucking Ball the Bancho, like hardcore fucking gang members that are all about being fucking demons. Yeah. And they're being freaked out by how much this guy's like, oh, that's a cool sword. How many people have you cut with it?
Yeah.
What does it do? How much pain can you inflict?
It's great.
And he fucking cut off and like...
He Hellboyed himself.
Yeah. He fucked up one of his horns to atone, but also like self-flagellation for pleasure.
Yeah.
Like...
And he has one smaller horn in the present.
Yeah. Which you've always seen, that's part of his design.
It's like, he's quirky.
You're just he's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's irregular.
And it's like, he fucking did that to himself.
He did that to himself.
He's got the head bandages. Yeah. It's hardcore.
And it's fucking great, because when he slicks back his hair, regardless of, I assume it's real, it's just small.
It's just growing.
They just don't bother showing, like, it poking out a little bit.
It completely covers it.
It covers it, so he just has the
demon.
one big horn on his right. Yeah. And then the slicked back hair on his left. And it's fucking great.
It's wonderful.
His backstory, how it all works. You go back and be like, oh, his lines. He's not saying he wants to help people. Yeah. He's saying he wants to even it out.
Yeah.
Not because he wants weaker people to feel better, but he wants to see strong people fall.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, yeah.
You fucking psychopath.
He is doing a good thing that Iruma agrees with.
Mm-hmm. But his method.
But his motive is, I want to hurt.
Yes.
I want to even it out by hurting people, not by helping people.
Yes.
And he tells all this to Iruma as they have perfectly reversed roles, where he is now choking Iruma.
Yep.
And
Iruma has one of the best lines so far.
Yeah.
Where he realizes, like, I've been having fun this whole time, but I am a human, and this is the demon realm, and this is a motherfucking demon.
This is a demon. With a great, like, close-up shot of Kirio being super excited.
With him reflected in Iruma's eye. It's so good.
And you get a great... Like, the next chapter is a great flip of that, where you get Kirio's inner monologue of, like, I'm so excited. Mm-hmm. I am going to destroy everything that Iruma loves in front of him, and he will be safe, and everyone will die, and he'll get to watch it, and I'll get to look at him and see that he did that because it's his fireworks.
This ultimate despair.
It'll be the best combination of the worst things that could happen. And you get the reverse of the demon shot Iruma gets of him seeing Iruma... Just none. He just doesn't fucking care.
Yeah.
he is just in the face of true despair. It's just like, I'm just gonna fix the problem.
Yep.
Because despairing has
do.
never got me anywhere. Yep. He says the line like, despair doesn't fill your stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's never done anything good to just despair.
Yep.
And it clicks in Kiryo's head. It's like, I thought we were the same. We're both like weak, no magic power. We both focus on defense. We're both very timid. But we are the complete opposite when it comes to despair.
Yep.
Someone that loves despair and someone that just completely doesn't give a fuck.
Disregards it.
Despair is ineffective.
Keeps
complete
chugging.
Arch enemies. And he just goes up and grabs the firework that has been charged.
Jumps out that motherfucking window.
He just charges past him, just pushing. He's like, "Excuse me, senpai. I need to do something."
I got some shit to do.
Jumps out the window. No plan other than, fuck your plan. I am going to show everybody the fireworks we worked hard on, and I'm going to save their lives, and I'm going to stop you from getting this fucking fix. And he fucking throws it up. And they've already said, like, they get a show with Caligo and some of the teachers and how the barriers are so fucking strong. Even one of the strongest teachers just can't destroy it.
Yeah.
So, they're truly fucked. Because Sullivan is out of there. He's not there. Their plan has worked perfectly. Except for the ring. Where
the ring that has all of Sullivan's magic.
Iruma does Libera the same way he did with the dodgeball, which is a perfect setup. He's got his white dragon that fucking goes up and hits the barrier and stops. Yep. And Kiryo's just like, this is even better!
You fucking
because
idiot.
now you've tried to save it and have failed.
And you're falling to your death.
And you can't do anything to stop this because you would need the power of a fucking demon king, pretty much. Oh, wait.
What a coincidence!
Weird that one of the first things that was set up in this arc was Sullivan teaching him how to control the power.
Yep.
And what was the release for all of the magic power, making Iruma super weak and putting him in a vulnerable state. And it's fucking Pandora or Pandorula.
Yeah. Black dragon.
Yeah. And the dragon fucking gets way stronger. Turns fucking... Looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh card art. And breaks through the barrier and goes... breaks through that barrier. Getting over the barrier. Bullshit. Lame.
Oh my god.
You break through the barrier like a real
Make a breakthrough? Kurono Kiseki? Okay, yes. I got it.
And the dragon... And it's just a cool visual of the dragon like going up and then exploding into the firework as everybody in the courtyard who has been basically tricked that it's a planned surprise event to keep people from panicking. And everything perfectly works out for Iruma. Like he fucking... Through everything he's learned and earned by the connections he's already made only in 34 chapters... He is being rewarded by this great fucking moment.
Yeah.
And the shot of him using all the magic is hopefully a great fucking thing of what's to come.
Yeah.
Because he has wings.
Yes.
He actually has fucking huge
So it's unclear
wings.
to me in the manga, because it looks to me like it's made from like the smoke, but in the anime clip you showed me, it's very clear they're actually corporeal wings.
Yeah,
so
they are wings.
Okay.
Yeah, they're defined enough in the manga.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is from the magical power. It's the same color as the magical power of the ring.
Super fucking neat.
Yeah, so he can just conjure the wings by being strong enough.
Yeah.
Which is fucking dope. That he will eventually become more like a demon.
Yeah.
And he fucking breaks through that barrier, and no one even notices anything bad was happening except for like the teachers, and Amelie is like, something's weird, but I don't know what.
Yeah. And then you get that great shot of Kiryu seeing himself in the reflection of his barrier.
Kiryu feeling despair at watching his years-long play. Over 3 years.
Yep.
Because it was before he was even enrolled.
Yep.
Like, you can assume each one of those 4 comas of Ball visiting him is a year.
Yep.
That's like 7 years.
That's a long time.
Of preparation, not just of his, but of the entire organization that Ball and him are a part of. Just fucking being destroyed by someone that just isn't going to cave to their bullshit. It's just an unknown element coming in. Iruma going from like already from chapter 1 or chapter 0.5 to 34 being like, I'll help anybody that wants me to being like, I'm gonna fuck up your plan because I completely disagree with what you're trying to do, and I'm gonna help people I care about, and I'm not gonna lose my family that I've earned. It's a fucking great, rewarding moment.
It's wonderful.
And that's the reason we didn't stop there, is because that's a great moment to stop on for like a volume, like a punctuation,
a big climax.
But and then him falling down and Kiryu saving him with his barrier. And showing that Kiryu's a really interesting character because he's not just an asshole. Like, he clearly cares about these people. In his own weird way. Like, he doesn't want them to just die. He wants to see them in pain. In like a very like impish way. To the point where it's one of the best 4 coma after chapters is him watching Iruma sleep and just plugging his nose so he can't breathe for a second, and then undoing it, and he's just like, this is my thing. And you get great like setups of, even in volume 2, like ambition was described as like, this is the goal. Is you want to be ambitious, constantly improving. And Kiryu and Ball has been kind of bringing Kiryu up. And is like, you are ambitious. You aren't broken. And it's sad in another way, because it's like, that's Kiryu's family. Because his family sucked. So he got in with Ball, who treats him well. And like treats him like he's correct. Like they're the ones who are right, everyone else is wrong. And you get that shot of Ball looking at the energy of Kiryu and seeing that it's all over the place, but it's strong, it's intact, and it's fucking great.
It's wonderful.
And then for that volume to end with Kiryu being like, that ambition was nothing, because Iruma fucking just broke through all that shit, and he is super early in his story. He has not done shit yet. And then you get the like falling like resolution of everything in the arc. And you get another fucking good point, because it ends by Iruma fucking ranking up again.
Got that Gimmel.
And they set it up perfectly that because Kiryu can't fucking participate, he is now the leader. So he's the only one that ranks up. So he catches up to Clara and gets closer to Asmodeus.
He's 4. Right?
Rather than all of them going up. Asmodeus is 4. I think he's the only 4.
I think so.
In first year at least. So you can assume the Misfits class has all the biggest
Probably.
people. Everyone else is probably LF.
They're just normal people.
And between that, you get the fucking amazing payoff for Iruma.
And all
everyone's
of the
family is coming out. Introducing like 6 new character designs.
Because you get, you get Asmodeus' mom, you get Clara's family, which is 3 younger siblings, the mom, and then an older sibling.
That's not there, and it's just represented in a drawing they made quickly.
Sabnok's little sister, and then kind of his older brother. So that's fucking 8. And they're all incredible, and you see why Asmodeus has to have pink hair. Because if his fucking mom...
Amaryllis, Amchan.
If she did not have pink hair, something would be wrong.
There's also another setup, because fucking she is the teacher of Rhyme Sensei from chapter 17. All the succubi basically come down from her amazing teachings.
With her fucking heart algae.
As she is also one of the 13 crowns. So you could be like, oh, Asmodeus' family kind of doing it. Kind of doing it real big. And you get fucking some heart-wrenching stuff in a different way. Of like, just a great moment of fucking the other members that have gotten like more stuff, like Jazz and Reed being like, oh, your family showed up. That's awesome. You have a great family. And Iruma just hugs both of their arms.
He's like,
and goes,
fuck yeah,
I have a wonderful family.
It's
and
so
Opera
cute.
and Sullivan are both like, Pog?
For real?
Holy shit.
For real?
God. That's like fucking dopamine. That's
good.
a dopamine hit next to Clara finger guns.
So this fucking stretch of chapters was so wonderful. Yeah. And I can't imagine it's not gonna just go up.
Yeah,
it's
as you just get more
up.
Stuff with more of the character. Because there are fucking... I'm sure you can guess by the number. There are 13 members of fucking the Misfits class. Yeah. They all get shit and they're all great. Yeah. I love them.
And that hasn't even happened yet.
No. No. Volume 5 and 6 start doing more individual ones. Mm-hmm. Volume 7 is the fucking floodgate of Volume 7 is a fucking amazing arc. That's gonna be great.
I'm excited. I'm so excited. That's gonna be a little bit maybe 2 whole weeks, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe not even. Maybe 1 week.
Maybe. But I think the only thing we missed was fucking Sabnok's Demon King Battalion.
No, we mentioned that a little bit earlier.
We mentioned it, wonderful. But then we didn't come back to it in description. We mentioned it. So Sabnok loves the Demon King.
Yep.
Super pure adoration of the coolest man around. Mm-hmm. Which, that also ties into, the society ranks. He cares about all that shit in a very noble, classic way. He's, the other side of Noblesse Oblige to, Asmodeus. Where he is trying to be the more chaotic, attacking people immediately, and considering strength is the number one determiner.
Yeah.
Of strength is cool. You got to be the coolest to be the Demon King. I need to be the strongest to be the coolest.
Yeah.
And then everything with him so far has been breaking those down and teaching him that there are more things.
Yeah.
There's making friends, having subordinates, having
classmate.
Hello, classmate.
Hello, classmate.
Caring about other people and being stronger and actually thinking about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Either strategically or emotionally. And clearly there's a backstory there with the things they showed in fucking chapter 7.
Mm-hmm.
Of him showing backstory bits with his sister and his brother and father, and showing that he's a great example of showing that there is layers there, and showing how those vague layers are it's the opposite. You can tell that his personality and beliefs are informed by his past, but you don't need to know his past in detail to know what those moments are for him. Clearly has a relationship with his father that he's not happy with.
Yeah.
Whose father just doesn't give him attention.
Mm-hmm.
But his sister loves and looks up to him.
Fucking hangs off.
Yeah. And his brother he probably treats like a rival, same as Iruma and Asmodeus.
Everyone is Sabnok's rival.
Yes. Everyone. Because everyone... not because he's scared of them, but because he believes in them enough that he believes they can all be Demon King. He's fucking great. He's the best jock type character.
Yeah.
But he goes to the Demon King Battalion to assert himself and go I'm gonna kick the fucking shit out of all of you.
Yep.
Prove that I am the leader. I'm best Demon King runner up. And it's a bunch of fucking
little
nerds just hanging out. The most Japanese looking big circle glasses, parted, combed, perfect hair. But they all immediately accept him and put him down in a seat like a fucking college lecture.
Yeah.
And go here's our literature about the Demon King. We study the history of the Demon King and the myths surrounding him. And then you get one panel and then he's that's amazing!
Fuck yeah, let's
this
go.
This is cool. And the best line, the tales of my future are amazing.
Yeah.
And all of them are feeding him literature, and he's just reading. He's just sucking that knowledge up. He's a fucking sponge.
He is a receptacle for the Demon King.
It's great because you could just assume he's never read before this.
Oh yeah.
And now he's I have opened up a whole new world.
A good parallel to that, never reading versus not being able to read. Clara.
Yes.
Pretty good.
God. When Clara fucking wants to go for the succubus class and Asmodeus, single panel, maybe my favorite, is just...
disappointed.
It's the one time that he's, sympathetic with her. He's
oh sweetheart, you can't read.
And then the little text, that is sad. Yeah. And she's I can read. He's well, then what are you fucking scheming? And she's Nothing. He's like, look at me when you say that. God.
And then perhaps what is the best for Coma? Aiko's bi-representation arc.
Aiko coming back. Best recurring character.
Now she is confused.
She got main chapter representation.
Yeah, she did. She
showed up.
Chapter.
She was saved by Amelie.
Yeah. And at that point, she becomes confused about her feelings for Amelie.
She loves Iruma, but she has
Amelie,
enough room in her heart.
Amelie gives her those doki dokis, you know what I mean?
So they're equal, and her troubles have multiplied.
Yes, her troubles have multiplied. All right, fucking.
Yeah, I think
that's pretty much everything we wanted to say.
Iruma's really fucking good. It's well written. It's like poetry. It rhymes senseis. Yeah.
Next fucking video, chapter 38 to 52.5. Be there or read Iruma on your own. I guess Iruma. You could just do it separately.
Yeah, you should read Iruma.
That's still
regardless.
good.
You should do that.
All right, fucking bye bye.
Bye bye.